Welcome to the huddle, everybody. David Rutz here, DAC Zoom, and our daily huddle. I'm featuring on YouTube. I can't see the screen, McGuire, so if you can just make sure the speakers are on screen so that we got the right YouTube video, etc., it'd be great. Thank you. So, what we've got, team, today, this title is Break Fast. All right. Or breakfast. If you're about to eat breakfast, some of you are West Coasters and you're eating breakfast right now, which means, right, it's a break from a fast. But we'll get to that in a moment, what that is all about and what the message is for today. If you're first time here, if this is your first huddle, we appreciate you being here. We all come together in this huddle because we want to become better, right? And we want to encourage others. And we're here because we all have one goal. And that one goal is to help clients, help business owners, that is, and help those business owners take their business to the next level and be the fuel for that, to give them the funding for that. And it's also to help you as a broker to have an income opportunity, something that can be lifestyle changing. And so these huddles are all designed to encourage you and designed to encourage other brokers who are going after it, and designed to help spur us into action to then help a business owner know about us. So when they need us, they can use us. And it's really that simple. We meet, we greet, and we inform business owners of our business funding platform. It's the best way for them to get revenue-based funding in America because we represent all the top providers. All those providers have different yeses and different nos based on the month, based on the type industry. They may love restaurants for the first 10 days of the month and not the last 20 because they've already lent too much out for restaurants this month. You just never know where to go. It's not like, oh, the best place to go get tennis shoes is Foot Locker. Well, it depends. Are they out of your shoe? Are they out of your size? Are they out, right? So they may not want your size of funding this month because they already have too many of them, or they may not want your type of business in your state because they've already got too many in that state. There's all kinds of things they look at. So don't forget, the window has to be open at the right time with the lender to say yes. It's not the same every month. And the window has to be open for the business owner to say yes. So our job is to stay in front of them, continue to educate them on why it's important that you apply at all the best offers, not just one. Do you know airline prices change as this plane gets full? Do you know that? So you can't say, oh, I'm going to fly Delta because it was only this price last time. Well, next time it's probably not going to be that price. And they may have the same flight going out, but if it's already full, you're going to pay a higher price, right? So there's a lot of things that go into play of this. So the window's open, the window closes, and sometimes it's slightly open and it's harder to get approved with that lender this month. The next month on the first, it'll be easier, or vice versa. So we don't have to worry about discerning all that. You don't have to worry about which lender's still lending this month, which one's not. You just get them into the Bank Breezy platform and let us find them. So your job then is bird dog, which means inform people that we, go out there and find people that might be business owners who need funding. Yeah, you got to do that. But go a step further. Be the funding pro in your town. Be the local presence. And when you're the local presence, what happens is you get clients who, when they need funding, they come to you, of course. I'm pulling up the funding stories. So that's why we come to do this. That's why we use Bank Breezy. Your job is to just educate the business owners to our funding. And by doing so, when they need it, they come to you. I was just talking to Tyler about his town, his small town. There's about 75 to 100 businesses in his small town, and there's about 300 in a neighboring town. Well, that's 400 businesses who need to know him by first name. Those 400 businesses need to know Tyler by first name, right? And when they do, they say 40 to 50% of businesses will need working capital every year. So if there's 300 businesses who are known by name, that's 150 who need working capital. And maybe 2/3 can get it from their bank or their savings or their cash cow, or, they've got money at, saving from prior profits, but about 1/3 of them won't and will need Tyler. So all he's got to do is meet, greet, and inform 300 businesses, and he'll get 50 clients a year for a month, and he'll make 100 grand plus on his own fundings, not counting a team, right? It's real simple. It's just meet, greet, and inform and take care of at least 300 businesses, right? So you might have 300 businesses in your backyard. You may have to do it all online because you live in a rural part of Montana where there's no businesses for 60 miles. Okay, well then You get to. You have the freedom of Montana, and you have the benefit of no traffic, but that means you also have a harder role of creating a local business. Nick and Matt live in Argentina, and they build a local business through the telephone and through email and through text. It's a virtual world. Do they have it harder? Yeah. But does that stop them? Of course not. Right. So let's make sure we are educating and informing. We're going to get to break fast in a minute, but let's first get to two stories. Residential remodeling company out of New Jersey, Domco Direct is the broker. Congratulations, Domco. Client has good credit, only one, but has a first position already. They're seeking $150,000. They're currently producing about $160,000 in monthly revenue. They need funds for a current project they need to finish to get paid. So they need money to finish a project, remodeling company, and they don't get paid until they're done. So if you don't get that money, you don't finish product, you don't get paid. We want to help them get that money, obviously. That might be bad cash flow management, but either way, we may want to help them with that as well. But for now, we want to get them the funding so they can get this done. 150K offer, got them what they needed. Isn't that awesome? 12-month, it's a higher risk, flex rate, second position, 1.41. So 150,000 times 1.41 is what they're going to repay back, which is about $210,000 they'll pay back. Get 150, pay back 210, finish job, get job done, get paid. Right? That's a pinch. That's called a pinch play. They're in a pinch. They don't get to finish the job without the money. We're helping them. Story number two, a home healthcare company out of Pennsylvania. Broker is Waverly Resources. Great job, Waverly Resources. They have great credit. However, they ended the month in October in the negative. Plus, their current revenue is $22K monthly. It's very up and down, erratic. They need $25K to hire new people, payroll, and new hires. In the negative, we were able to get them a $28,000 flex rate offer over 40 weeks, which is 10 months at a 1.41. So 28,000, they'll pay, about 11,000, 12,000. And so they'll get 28 and have to pay back about 39. Right. And they can hire that person. So if the value of the money, the contribution from that money is greater than the cost, you say yes. If not, if you're not going to get more than 1.41 times in profit of that 28, then don't take the money, right? Unless you're going to lose all your employees and you're in a pinch. But those are two stories right there, Domco Direct and Waverly Resources. Great work. Two businesses who are educated, and because they're educated, decided to proceed and say yes. And I've never heard of Waverly Resources. I don't know who that is, but congratulations. Domco Direct I've seen before, so congrats on getting another funding coming through. Great work for all of you. Okay, break fast. What does this say? It says a good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life. Okay. A good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life. All right. There's another thing. It says this: good salespeople promote features and benefits. Great salespeople promote outcomes. The greatest promote feelings. So stick on this a minute with me. Number one, and this is going to be a fast break. Break fast. That means stop. Stop. Break fast. Stop. 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 Ready, break, stop. Break fast. Then we're going to do a fast break. And a fast break in basketball is when everyone blitzes down the court as fast as they can. But first, you got to have a break real fast. So we're breaking fast, and then we're going to do a fast break. But before we get into that, a lot of play on words, I know, but it's hopefully helps you remember. Features are one-stop best offer. Features are cost of capital. Features are the online platform. Features are what you need to apply. Features are what the process is. Features are what the repayment terms are. Benefits, all that. That's great. Outcome. You got $100,000 and you turned it into a new patio, and that new patio generates $600,000 a year. So we help businesses who have profitable ideas. As an example, we helped a Mexican restaurant needed $100,000 to build a patio, got that $100,000, generated an extra $800,000 in revenue the next year. So we came along, got them that $100,000. They've done $800,000 every year additional since. That's outcome. Okay. What's feeling? So features and benefits, one-stop best offer. Yeah, you need to mention it, but you got to lead with the outcome. You got to focus on outcome. That's why we taught, give an example. What we do, we help businesses who have profit plays to grow, but don't have the capital. We come along inside to help them. When the bank can't, we can. As an example, then you talk about an outcome. Okay. The greatest, though, go to the feelings. The greatest go to the impact of the business owner. The greatest go so that that community can now experience grandma's cooking every single day. More of them can because she started the business because her grandmother thought she was a great cook and passed down recipes. So now the whole community gets to experience grandma's cooking. Why did we start DAC? Because I used to own a juice beverage bottling company. I couldn't get funding from a bank. I felt, that I couldn't deliver at the rate I wanted to deliver. I had to take my baby, a company that I own. I had to partner with someone because I couldn't afford the growth. It was growing too fast and I couldn't afford it. So I started a company because I didn't want any other business owner ever to not be able to keep their business going because they couldn't get working capital. And when I learned of working capital, I did. So now I want to make sure every business owner in my town has the fuel they need to grow. That's a feeling. They're brave. They're courageous. They already started the business. They got ideas that need to be fueled. I want to fuel them. That's a passion of mine to help them experience that growth, to help them experience that impact they want to make, to live out that purpose that they started. That's what I want to do. I don't want to just give them the best price product. I don't want to just give them simple, fast capital. Of course, that's part of it, but here's where you start. You start with the end and work backwards. You don't build a technology and then say, okay, let's find people to use it. You find what people need, you satisfy that need, and you build a technology to satisfy the need. We didn't build Bang Breezy till we had clients who needed one-stop best offer. We first wanted to start with, let's help get the clients what they need, which is funding. Why do they need funding? Because they got brave ideas and they're creative and they're the courageous ones. They're the ones who already open an office. They're the ones who already signed a lease. They're the other ones already doing it. They just need some funds to keep doing it and do it better. They're not needing to be talked into having a conversation. They're not needing to be talked into having a courage to be a bit. They already did it. They already quit the job. They already don't have guaranteed income. They're already special. So let's applaud their specialness. Let's reward their specialness. And let's focus on helping to fuel their future ideas. That's a feeling. Make that impact. And of course, that means we can get you one-step best offer funding. Of course, that means we've got an online application you can fill out and get the answers quick. But I'm not using you because you got a one-stop application. I'm using you because I want to make my impact happen in my town and I need funding to do it. And I'm an impact creator business owner. I'm a courageous, brave business owner. So I need that. So focus on the feelings before the features and benefits. Focus on the impact of that business owner before features and benefits. Focus on the outcome and the feelings that come from that outcome before you focus on the cost of the capital. So many people are stuck on the analytical side. They get no customers. They're factually correct, but turn nobody on. Don't speak to anyone's internal purpose. Don't speak to anyone. So we want to become pros. Pros speak to their internal purpose. When I talk to a business owner, they know I get it. They know because I've been that business owner. They know. So when you're a good coach, you can change a life. When you're a good funding broker, you can change a life. So we're going to break fast, which we did. That's what the huddle is. Now we're going to go on a fast break. We're going to get out there and we're going to practice helping people see the impact. Why'd you start this business? We want to help you get your capital to grow. It's focus on the outcome and the impact of that outcome that they're making as you're talking to business owners. Don't just focus on the features and benefits. Have practiced that at least 3 times today. Reach out to someone, whether you text them, call them. If you don't know how to do it, ask chat. How do I talk to this person about their impact that they're making? Well, first of all, you have to know the impact they wanted to make. But all you got to do is remind them of why they started the business, remind them of the impact they're trying to make, and let them know you want to help them make it. And if it's not you, that's okay. If they don't need you, that's okay. But if they need you, man, you're in their court with them. You're in their car with them. You'll push their car out of the snow if they get stuck. If that includes funding, great. If it includes a referral, you're bringing the referrals. You're there to help lift up that brave business owner and serve them. And by the way, what am I doing for you as brokers? Why do I do this huddle? because I'm doing the same thing. I want you to win. I want you to break fast and then go on a fast break. That's what I want. Who's ready to do that? I am. Are you? We're free so that you can get free. We're free so you can recruit a big team. Our funding platform is free so the business owners will try it. But you know what? Until you're focused on what does it look like when you don't have to go to that job anymore, when you've got enough income coming in where you're deciding who you're gifting this year, who you're gifting, what church you're giving to, what charity you're giving to, because you have extra money and it's not changing your lifestyle. So who can I help who maybe isn't where I am yet? When you're focused on that, how does that feel? How does that feel? And that can happen for every single person watching this video. That was our fast break. No, that was our break fast. Now it's time for our fast break. God bless you all. Ready? Break.